Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2017. We are 2 games away from the end of the season and 1 game away from being in a Champions League final. Well, we would be if we didn't lose 3-0 in the first leg at home. Today, we are going to have the away leg against PSG at Parc des Princes. There's a French accent somewhere in there. And then Crystal Palace and Stoke to round off the season. We're currently sat third. If I'm honest, Champions League I don't care for. Premier League, however, that's where the business is going to happen. We're sat third. We are pole position for third place. It's not as good as last year, which was obviously second place, but third place is still a very good season. Okay, I've gone forward a day. We're now fourth place. It's probably not even a day. It's probably about half an hour. We're sat fourth because Chelsea beat Tottenham. So here we are then. The final game. Let's be honest, it's our final game in the Champions League. It looks like it's going to be PSG versus AC Milan in the final, unless Southampton, that's us, and Monaco can pull off a ridiculous turnaround because we're both 3-0 down. So the starting 11 is going to be like this. It's not good. It's really not good reading. It's the usual, really, for most of it. Coadio Kone in goal. Malo, Bracamontes, Serna, Tierney as the back four. Bakayoko, Lamina and Rabiot in midfield. Mario Mandzukic as the advanced playmaker because Filip Kravinovic is injured. I was going to say English. He's not English. He's injured. And anyone else who can play there isn't registered. So Mandzukic is going to drop back into that position. Strike force of Bogart and Lukaku. I was almost tempted to play Simon Freeman. If he was actually fully fit, he would be starting ahead of Mandzukic. So potentially this could be the biggest comeback in Champions League history, possibly. It's probably not. There's probably been bigger. It's not. Just, I don't want to get your hopes up right now. We're going to lose probably 4-0 in this game, so 7-0 on aggregate, which isn't bad. Well, it's good to see that they're playing defensive today. Just the Costa, Neymar, De Bruyne, Coutinho. Carol Linetti's there as well, just to rub our faces in it. You know what? I'm going to go with this. Nobody expects us to get results, so just go out there and enjoy yourself. Because we're 3-0 down. If we score a goal, I'm going to be happy. I'm also going to play on counter. I feel like that's probably the best plan. Neymar with the ball. Coke, it's 1-0. 4 minutes on the clock. Well, this could be a long old episode. Coke gets the ball. 1-touch finish. Straight into the top corner. 1-0. 4 minutes. And another highlight 6 minutes in. Oh, I really don't like the look of this. We're just headering it to nobody. De Bruyne. This guy. He's not been tackled properly. It's come to Lamina. An away goal would be great. We do need 4 of them. We needed 4 anyway. So, to be honest, the goal for PSG there made no difference. Kone saves whatever that was. I don't think that was a shot, was it? It was. That's the highlight. Grimaldo with the throw. Mandzukic tackles Neymar, and Mandzukic has nowhere to go. Lamina. Lamina's being pushed into the corner by Neymar. Rabiot. Lukaku's not going to get there. It's back to Rabiot again. Bogart. Go on, Vinny B. Bogart smashes it into Lukaku, and Mandzukic runs onto it and gets tackled by Thiago Silva. Coutinho is tackled by Lamina. Freddie Serna gets the ball. Nothing's happened. This isn't really a highlight so far. What was that? Why do we just smash it up the pitch as if like we suddenly expect we've grown wingers in the last few years? Grimaldo takes on his man, crosses it in. Coutinho's in the middle. It's 2-0. I feel like it's too early to be drinking. But if this result keeps going this way, I might suddenly become an alcoholic. Neymar with a free kick. It's 3-0. What is happening here? I don't even think we're playing badly. I really don't. I think it's just PSG are just so ridiculous on this game that it's impossible to beat them. We've made it to half-time relatively unscathed. I mean, we're 3-0 down. That's not unscathed, but in this match, show me something else. Just something, please. Like I said, we're not getting through this, and I was right. I'd quite like this half to go off without any goals being scored by either side. A Champions League semi-final is nothing to be ashamed with. I mean, the way we're going to go out potentially is Mandzukic, Freddie Serna. Just get it forward. Lukaku flicks it onto nobody. Good job, Lukaku. Every time. If we had 13 players, we could actually play those wingers and we'd be amazing because the amount of times we put the ball in that area. Rabiot, Lukaku, he's got some options in front of him. He's decided to go slightly backwards to Malo. Bakayoko, Bogart. Bogart has spun. He's found Mandzukic. Mandzukic has found Lukaku, and Lukaku has just done the worst shot I've seen all day. Partially because this is my first game of the day. 60 minutes on the clock. Simon Freeman's coming on because why not? Lukaku's coming off for Sam Gallagher. I'm tempted to give Jordan Thompson a run out. We're not winning this game, so I may as well get some people off the pitch and not get him injured. Neymar with a free kick for PSG, and what was that? What was Kone doing? Just comes out and flaps for it. 80 minutes on the clock. I'm just going to bring off the most tired player. So Adrien Rabiot for Del Boy. We have got 5 bookings, so that's probably a suspension. A suspension? A fine. Maybe a suspension in there as well. Free kick for Tierney. Bakayoko gets it. We're not going to get anything from this. Del Boy isn't there, and that is it. It's not full-time. Del Boy was offside. Come on, full-time. There we go. There's full-time. A 3-0 defeat. I mean, what can you say? You were unlucky. What can you say in that scenario? It's bloody PSG. Well, the Champions League dream is over. It was over last episode, if I'm honest. 6-0 defeat on aggregate. Neymar with how many goals? Coutinho and Neymar with the goals. We're out. Well, at least we beat last season's winners. Let's get back to focusing on the league then. Interestingly, Chelsea play Liverpool. So, who do I want to win that? Neither? A draw? A draw would be nice. Because then everything is down to me against Stoke in the final game of the season. Also, Manchester United play Arsenal, but I don't think United can be caught. Although Arsenal do have a game in hand. Maybe they can be. The starting lineup for Palace vs Southampton. The penultimate game of the season. It's a must-win, really, even though we are... Well, we're not even guaranteed Champions League football. That's why it's a must-win. In goal, Kouadio Kone. Back four, as always, Malo, Bracamontes, Serna and Tierney. Serna has played 23 games now. He's kicked Big Wes out of the starting 11, and I'm quite impressed by that. Midfield, Bakayoko, Thomas Doherty and Mario Lemina. I've dropped Rabiot to the bench because he's on a bit of a downward form. His average over the last 5 games is a 6.96, which could be better. Advanced playmaker is the younger Greeker Filip Kravinovic. And that's Zach. What was his full name? Zacharias Papoutsis. Why can't I say Papoutsis? Papoutsis. That's fairly easy to say. Anyway, Zach as the advanced playmaker. Strike force of Bogart and Lukaku. Zach needs a squad number. You can get 25 then. Considering this is the penultimate game of the season, I'm still giving out squad numbers. I have seen, and I have realised, and I realised it a couple of seasons ago, my squad is too big, and I fully understand that. There are way too many players in there, some of which will never see the light of day. I'm just hoarding them like Chelsea do. Type marking on Townsend and Jota, whatever. Passionately, we could... Don't tell them that. We could... No, we're favourites. Give them a cheer. Don't tell them we could secure qualification for the Europa League. I don't want Europa League. I've won that one. Interestingly, a win here would guarantee Champions League football, I believe, unless Liverpool beat Chelsea and then it opens it all back up again. But a win here would be quite handy. Lemina's cut his leg open. I'm going to leave him on. It's only a cut on his leg. Nothing a plaster can't save. Half time, 0-0. Nothing. Literally nothing. I'm far from pleased. Everyone looks fired up. Nothing happened. Literally no highlights. Lemina's cut his leg again. I imagine it's the same cut that's just been reopened. Rabiot's coming on. Nothing's happening at all. This entire game is just flying past. Finally, we have a highlight. 73 minutes it's taken. Zach Bakayoko. Bakayoko's hit the post and it's cleared and Bogart was offside. So all that waiting and it wasn't really a highlight. It was just a chance that never would have counted. Great. Another highlight a few minutes later, but this one looks like it's Palace's highlight. Safir Taidir, Ji Dong Wong and Diogo. Oh my, no. Jota with the goal. We've dropped down a fourth purely because Liverpool beating Chelsea. That's really not good. That means everything is to play for in the final game of the season. Ji Dong Won plays it across and Jota at the back. Keeper probably could have saved it. Defender probably could have stopped it. I'm just sat here in disbelief. I'm not even going to try and save this game. Once again, we've had the majority of possession, most chances. We had 10 shots on target. One highlight, and that shot wasn't even on target. Bakayoko's probably going to get sent off. It's 93 minutes, it's probably going to be the end, and we're going to lose to Crystal Palace in a game that we really can't afford to lose. Aggressively, you are not good enough. That is the sort of game we should be winning. We've helped Palace out. Looks like they're not getting relegated now. Good job. So, the final game of the season for us is against Stoke, a team that we are notoriously bad against. Chelsea, who are above us, are playing Arsenal. So, in theory, if Arsenal keep going the way they're going, that's an Arsenal win, that's a Chelsea defeat. Liverpool are playing Reading, so Liverpool are probably going to win that game. We need to win. We need to win to guarantee Champions League football. Champions, Red Devils complete the treble. I want to point something out here because this is absolutely ridiculous. Since the start of the game, Manchester United have won the EFL Cup, the Premier League, the Europa League, the Community Shield, the UEFA Super Cup, the EFL Cup, again, Premier League, Community Shield, EFL Cup, Premier League, Community Shield, EFL Cup, Premier League. They've won 3 trophies. So this season, treble, Premier League, EFL Cup, Community Shield. Season before, treble, same 3. Season before, they actually won the quadruple, EFL Cup, Premier League, UEFA Super Cup, and Community Shield. Season before that, the treble, Europa League, Premier League, EFL Cup. They've won the treble or better for the last 4 years. Here we are then, the final day of the 2019-2020 season. There are 3 games that interest us. Obviously, the first one being ourselves versus Stoke, but also Arsenal-Chelsea is a big game for us, and Liverpool-Reading. If Reading can do us a favour, that would be great. If Arsenal can do us a favour, that would also be great, and then we'll finish third. If Arsenal and Liverpool, Chelsea and Liverpool both win, and we draw, we actually drop down to 5th. So we need to guarantee Champions League football, not European Champions League. We'll get Europa League finishing 5th. To guarantee Champions League football, we need to win. And in order to do that, we have to play our strongest possible side. So it's very similar to what we usually get. And by very similar, it's the same. Kone, Malo, Bracamontes, Cerna, Tierney, Bakayoko, Lamina's back from his injury, and Rabiot in midfield. Frank Dogbol returns to the starting 11, replacing Zach, who played the last game, who was terrible. Up front, Vincenzo Bogart and Romelu Lukaku. I'm going to stick Mandzukic on the bench because this is going to be his final game for us. He is out of contract in the summer. I'm not renewing it because basically he just wants too much money. Calmly, we can qualify for the Champions League. And Mike, do your best. Frank, just tell Frank to pick up where he left off. Hopefully when we come back from the summer as well, we'll have at least some things that look like stands, as opposed to these gravel pits. I'm not going to have the other results. Lukaku's free kick, it's gone in. That is amazing. I was just about to say, I'm not going to put the other matches up because it doesn't matter what they do. If we win, we will qualify. And so far, we are 1-0 up thanks to this Lukaku free kick, which comes off the wall, hits someone in the face, and sends the keeper the wrong way. Nissan? Stoke have got a Nissan playing for them. Tierney tackles him. Lukaku's not going to get there, and Gomez can play it back forward. Shaqiri. Bojan. Mbula has been tackled by Bakayoko. Hugo Malo, recently added to the Spain squad for the first time. Lukaku, Bakayoko once again. He's only got Bogart in front of him, but he does have options. He's gone it alone. It was ambitious. He's missed. Hugo Malo has just been called up to the Spain squad, and I think this is either a World Cup year or a European Championships year. So he might be going to a tournament. Half time, we're 1-0 up. Worryingly, I'm pleased. What's up with you? Potential hand injury for our goalkeeper. Do I keep him on? Is it a risk? Also, Liverpool are winning and Chelsea are losing. So, Chelsea have dropped down from 3rd to 5th at the moment. 55 minutes played. Not a lot is happening. Time is just ticking by. Rabiot's corner. Bakayoko's that it's gone in. Is it Bakayoko? Doesn't matter whoever it is. It's Bracamontes. His 3rd goal of the season. His 3rd goal for the club. He's wanted by Chelsea. However, if they finish 5th, why would you want to drop down? Corner from Rabiot comes in. Bakayoko, does he jump? He doesn't jump. It hits Bakayoko and then goes in off Bracamontes. Elianusi for Stoke. Carrillo's not quite there. Gianni Mbula now. He's had an effort. It's come to Paslak. Nissen. Ramadan. Nissen again. Nissan's taken on 2 players. He's crossed it in. Carrillo's there. It's hit the bar, and Ramadan Sobhi has scored with their first shot on target. Nissan with the cross. The effort from Carrillo hits the bar, which was their first shot, and then Ramadan Sobhi with their second puts it into the open goal. I don't want to throw this away. I really don't. Tierney. That was... What happened there? Nissan. I want to say Nissan. It's not Nissan, it's Nissen. Sobhi is coming forward. El Yanusi. Tackle him, please. El Yanusi's played it all the way to Nissan on the right side of the pitch. Sobhi's going to cross it in, and El Yanusi's at the back. What's happening? I mean, we can, at least with this, we're still finishing 4th. As long as Chelsea don't suddenly come back into it, but we should not be drawing 2-2. Sobhi's cross, and El Yanusi unmarked at the back. Hugo Malo, recently in the Spain squad, can't defend. Oh, I wanted to do a highlight. A highlight or sub, doesn't matter. Bogart coming forward. He's got no real options. He's gone it alone, and he's had a very good effort. Subs, Lamina is coming off for Thomas Doherty. Bogart is coming off because he's just... Let's give Mandzukic his final game. Give him a round of applause. Stoke have had 3 shots and 2 on target. 5 shots now and 2 on target, and they've scored both. It does look like, because of... Hold on, Dogbowl. Dogbowl crosses it in. Mandzukic is there. That would have been a great way to end your Southampton career. He just hits it wide. A 2-2 draw. It's not a good result. But, because Chelsea were playing Arsenal... angry. Be angry. That was unacceptable. I mean, I lied to them. Pretty sure I said that was unacceptable. You could have grabbed Champions League qualification here. Kind of did. Unless we don't go straight into the group stage. So, because Arsenal absolutely destroyed Chelsea, it does mean we have finished 4th, which isn't actually as bad as it seems. If you look at our graph for the entire season, we were basically 3rd for half of it. Let's say it's not half. The first half we were awful. Once we got up there, we stayed there. But getting there was a challenge. Southampton qualify for Champions League. Do we go into the group stages or do we need to go through qualifiers? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'll find out. What budget's next season? 28.83 million. It's not a lot of money, is it? 32 million pound for finishing in 4th place, and 2.9 million goes back to the players. A few more days have passed, and the PFA Premier League Team of the Year has 3 Southampton players in it. Kieran Tierney, Bracamontes and Filip Krovinovic. That's pretty good. I like the look of that. And here's all the end of season gubbins then that seems to go on. So overall, is this overall? It is overall 11. It looks quite familiar now, doesn't it? Forster is still the goalkeeper. Tierney, Bigwes, Bracamontes and Malo as the back 4. We've seen that a lot. Del Boy, Rabiot and Lamina in midfield. We've seen that a lot. Krovinovic as the advanced playmaker and the strikers of Mandzukic and Gabbiadini. So, team of the season is basically what I've just read out a second ago. Bakayoko's obviously in there though. Kone's the goalkeeper, Bogart and Mandzukic as the strikers. Also, signing of the season, Gerard Touré for £661. Fans Player of the Year as well, Kieran Tierney. I think he wins that pretty much every season. So here's some stats. Top goal scorer, Filip Krovinovic. This is where we have fallen down. Our top goal scorer was our advanced playmaker, was not one of the strikers, and we had Mandzukic and Lukaku for most of the season. Highest average rating, Bracamontes, 7.46, which is great. Krovinovic, top assists with 12. Del Boy loves an accurate pass, 92%. 8 man of the match awards for Krovinovic. Malo and Bakayoko with 17 yellow cards each, and 1 red card all season for Adrien Rabiot. End of season meeting. Qualify for the Champions League. That's good. Everyone seemed to like that. That's very good. So let's take a look at some of the stats then. In terms of goal scorers, there are a lot. Actually, well, hold on. No, let's remove those guys. Right, here we go. So in terms of goal scorers, there were quite a few goal scorers. A hell of a lot of goal scorers. However, most of them came from these 4 players here. I guess you could probably bundle in Rabiot and Bakayoko. So Krovinovic, Bogart, Lukaku, Mandzukic with double figures, but no one really going massively high. Bogart's got 12 and 27. I think next season, if Bogart gets a full pre-season under his belt, he plays week in, week out, he's going to be hitting... who was it? Gabbiadini, that was it. He's going to be hitting Gabbiadini-style numbers of, I think, 42 goals Gabbiadini got one year in all competitions, so he could be potentially getting to that level. In terms of assists, once again, it is Krovinovic at the top. Rabiot gets 8, 5 assists for Bakayoko, Lukaku and Mandzukic. Gabbiadini, despite the fact he didn't play a huge amount, gets 4 assists and 4 goals, which isn't a bad return. And the highest average rating, ignoring the top 4, because they've only played maximum of 4 games, and they're probably all in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, Bracamontes 7.46, Tierney 7.39, Krovinovic 7.37, Trojan Horse played 4 games, got 7.33, Salazar, will ignore him, Malo gets a 7.24, 7.23 for Rabiot, the Barbarians up there with a 7.22. So, I'm going to end this episode here. We had a reasonable run in the Premier League, 4th place finish. Champions League semi-final got destroyed by PSG. EFL Cup and FA Cup, let's not talk about them, shall we? I'm going to do one more season of this Southampton career, and then we're going to move on to the FM18 beta save, which I have planned, and I'm probably going to do another video about that soon, or I may have already done a video about that. I don't actually know. What you might find, because I predict that the beta is going to come out 2 weeks before, which means we might only get like 7 days to do an entire season. So you might get quite a few days where there's actually two episodes coming out in order to fit them all in before FM18 comes out. Thank you very much for watching this episode and this season of Football Manager 2017. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next season.